Well, of all the things that are going on right now, I do want to say that every evening I always watch the Dhar Mann premieres. I'm waiting on one right now, kinda have my laptop open to YouTube, waiting for it to get started, and decide that while I'm waiting for that, good way to kill a little extra time would be to get on here and do a little more demonstration with Grandfather Frost, and have decided that since we've done a great deal of the work so far, there might be a little further along I can come on this. And as for right now, decide that I might just kind of work my way along the sides of the face here to make it so it's going to look the way it ought to look. And so that's how we're doing it here. There's going to be little ways to come along this later and to see how we make the ways, and see now it comes down to where we have finally made the little face out and put a little extra work into him, and so it's going to be this way for the longer time that we do it, and finally get a little work made into him. So he's going to be the little thing of Santa that you are going to need him to be in the long run. And so this is going to be the kind of work that I make of it and draw it out and come to a place where it's all going to be the best it can be, because I make it out right. And see, it turned out that Grandfather Frost sort of ended up on this one with a little bit of an oval face from the way I got him to come out. There's going to be a way we can make it out so like that on this one as well. Kind of put the oval into him, make him so he's going to stand out just a little more. See old Frost, how he's going to come and work all the way down to what he's going to need to be, because we got a little work in our hands making ourselves so that we see a little tiny bit of time in our hands, work for all we know, work for all we do. And now I decide I'm going to make little trims here with the gouge to come along the little mustache and make it so he's going to be a fine little soul once we get done with the face. Kind of separate the mustache from the beard. Try to put a little extra line into him. Make him so he comes on the way. As far as how he's going to be, it's going to take a little work into our lives and into our hearts and into our souls, and see how we're going to make him turn out to be a little ways like we need old Grandfather Frost to come out to be. And for this little work, I've put a little time into him. We will have to try to round off the cheeks a little bit and say the things we need the Grandfather Frost to say, and have a little expression in his soul. Now, there's a little place where we finally come this far along. We're going to take the same little steps on this other one as well. Try to get the little curves carved out to make the little mustache that separates from the beard. And then it's all going to come out good in the end. Make it so the mustache, comes out in the end with a little extra ordinary type of detail in him to draw him down, to make him so he sits out above the crowd. And then, ta-da, make this much work into him. Probably going to be little ways we're going to go about our little things to see the work that he's going to come to be. Make a little Santa Claus, you see, and finally draw little lines out, make the cheeks come out better, detailed in ways that we're going to see. Oh, that it'll all come out, make us all come up to the light of day. Oh, the work involved in this. Oh, dear Santa, you see. Oh, oh. And then make a little place where we run the nose up. Make a little place where we cut out the place right below the nose to go up to the eyelid. And so that's how he is going to turn out to be. Sometimes we have to use our best caution when we do this. Try not to chip off too much. Try not to chip off the area above the eyebrow. And put the work down to where it's going to come clean. Make Santa Claus or Grandfather Frost all he needs to see or be. And little magic comes a long way. And then see the things we need every way. And I say, work is coming, work is going through, work is good for me and you. And a little time and effort is all it's going to take to make Santa come out good. Just like the way Grandfather Frost needs to be. I think we got a little bit of work done in the eyes. And see, this is how he's going to come out. Much to your very good surprise. Good little Santa Claus here. We're going to tie a little place in him. Make him so he's going to see a little bit of extra work. We just chipped off a little too much there, but that can be made up for. And so we're going to make the work come along just the way it ought to be. And this is going to be a little step where we're going to come along, round off the nose so it stays perfectly on, and finally get the work put in to where this is the point that it all wears thin. In the little time and effort that it takes, we finally got the beard in place. So, you see, that's how far we've come along now. And I've got to check this video here to see when it starts. It's on its way, so I'd say I've gone far enough for tonight with this video. Let you all see all the steps I took him to the face, and there's going to be a little extra work that we're going to do later on in the evening, and let's let it all come out better for you and better for me, and see a bright future come merrily. Hopefully I can say I'm getting near done, but I will have to sometime round off the brim of the hat on the sides, you know. So I want to say again that I thank you for watching, and it is now time to close. Take care. Have a blessed evening. And this time I'd like to say that as I was watching the premiere that I mentioned in the last video, I finally finished up another face. So we've got two little faces carved out on a couple little Grandfather Frosts here. And I've just got one more step to demonstrate, and hopefully then we can be done with the carving part of this series. So what I've done here is I've kind of made a little round off the side of the hat, rounded off another little corner to make it so it's a little rounder on the side, shave away all the extra wood, make it so it's going to come out better and cleaner to be a little better to see, and then finally come down to where we're going to have a little extra work in this little piece to do here, make it so it's going to be a brighter way for a brighter day and a brighter tomorrow. And now just got that little step to take, and we finally got the hat rounded off at the edges. We've got another little one to do here, just kind of chipping down to the last bit. And so it's just what it's going to come to be when we get it all here done. And may even think about combining these two videos. Don't know what I'm going to do just yet, but I'd say we got the little thing in here done to where we got it all made out. And see, this is how we make it come out in the end. So it's all going to be a little good together to make it all work in the end, and finally make it so we're gonna see a little thing that's just gonna glow. And so we finally got things a little more rounded off to the edge in the end. We're gonna get the work put into this, and so it's all just little things it's going to be. And then finally we get it to where we get it just right, just like this, where it's rounded off the edges and round across the top, exactly the way Grandfather Frost needs to be. So I think there's a little step here we might take along the hands as well. Try to slice off the corner at the front of the hand to make it so it gets a little flat. Put the little places on here so the corners come off the Grandfather Frost the way they ought to be. And then finally you get a little work done into him, make him so he's going to stand strong and tall, be the little thing you want to see, the little thing you need him to be. And finally trim away. I had a little corner on a little ruffle of the hood there, and finally this is how we make them come out. So I'd like to say that unless I come back and do any sanding, this is going to end the series on this. And so that's all I wanted to say. If I find something else to carve to get on here and do a little more for the holidays, I'll be back on to let you know. Just take a little round off at the nose here. That's all he needs now. And finally get him in straight and work the way through him. And see, it's finally how we get him to go. I'd like to say that's going to be the end of the video now, and time to wrap things up, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.